Definitely different. How about that? Pump a bit. There we go. A little smaller. Okay. Got too many lights in there. Okay, I'll remove myself. Let me reach back up here so we get something to look at. I might turn that light off. Yeah, that's a lot better. So it's not so bright. There we go. Here's the background. It's strange I don't hear that music. I guess I'll just mute it for now till somebody comes on. Let's see what else I've got here. Oh, some of those are videos. Huh. I guess it made it so you can't even put backgrounds up anymore by the look. Or not many of them. Huh. Well, that ain't very nice. That ain't very nice. Huh. Well, I'll be done. Just get rid of the background, I guess. Boy, they've changed it around quite a bit. I'm not sure why it doesn't stretch out. It used to stretch out. Let me see if I can figure out why. Look in the settings here. Ah, got a dark, a light. That's new. Virtual background. Probably can't use any one of them. Well, I guess you can. Somewhat. Huh. It's funny that it doesn't stretch out the rest of the picture. Really odd. Well, I'm not sure why it does that. I don't think I agree with that, but whatever. I don't like that background at all. Huh. Well, somebody should be popping in here anytime soon, I would think. Ken's usually early, but I don't see him on yet. Let's see if my other little buttons here still work on my streaming platform. Well, I bet I know why the music wasn't working. I don't have it on from my speakers. That's probably why. That's probably why. I still don't hear anything. Well, let me see. Find out why. No idea. Huh. That's odd. He tries to use my microphone ones, but I don't want to do that anyway. I'm not sure if I can turn that off or not. Don't think so. Hey Ken, how you doing? Can you hear me all right, Ken? No, I can't. I see your name. Yes. I came in about 20 minutes early to look at the setup. because StreamYard did some changes. Okay. Yeah, I can't even put a background up anymore because I don't pay for it anymore. So they don't let me put a background up except for a plain one, which is ridiculous. I'm not sure why it doesn't give me a good layout here. I don't like that. Huh. I don't like that either. Well, this is just me. So how you doing, Ken? Got my coffee tonight. I don't know if anybody will even show up tonight, to tell you the truth. That's good. I've been busy as a beaver, I'll tell you that much. I've been wanting to do a live for weeks. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to. I just haven't been able to. I've been doing, besides all this woodworking I've been doing, I've been trying to sell some of it. Then having to go to the lumber yard to buy lumber to do more. And trying to stock up on stuff so that I sell it at like a flea market. But it's only a mile down the street. So it's not very far, luckily, and it's free for me to go there. But you can't just go with 5 or 6 things because you gotta have a lot more things than that. So I've had to do a lot of building, like the little cars for kids and whatever. I've made probably altogether probably about 8 or 10 of them. Trucks like semis, 18-wheelers. I've probably made. I got 3 now, and I've probably sold 3 or 4. And a lot of pull toys, little animals and stuff like puppy dogs and giraffes and elephants. Little puppy dogs are the most popular. I've sold quite a few of them. I can't build them fast enough. So now I have to build them 2 at a time. But I've been selling them too cheap. I gotta raise the price. Are you still going to other lives? Yeah, that last clock came out beautiful. That's a really nice clock. It's not really it's that I'm gifted, Ken. It's just that I just work at what I do. That's all. That's all you can do. You just work at what you want to do and hope for the best. I think I've been to very few live streams lately. Let's see. I think that Captain Scratch, I think his name is, up around somewhere here in Florida. I've been to a couple of his, but I've also been to some live woodworking shows on YouTube. One's a Viking guy. He's pretty good. I don't agree with all the stuff that he makes. Some of it I think it's crap, but some of the stuff is pretty good. My biggest problem is not having good enough tools. That's been a big struggle for me. And it's after 9 and we're the only ones here, and I was afraid of that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. That's one of the reasons I don't do lives very often, because people don't show up. Got lots of subscribers too, over almost 2,000 subscribers. You'd think more people would show up. Even my own relatives don't even show up most of the time anymore. I guess they got bored with it. Although Caitlin did respond to me, so she knows I'm online. Jennifer knows. She shared the link, which is still not here. Nancy knows. They all know. Trinity knows. In fact, Trinity's coming down from Mississippi on the 17th. On the 17th to the 19th, I was in between, whatever, which would be great. I'll get to see my grandson again, Josiah. And I did text Recon too. I don't know if he'll make it or not. Let me see if he responded. He probably didn't even respond. I never expect him to. So I don't know why I bothered to tell him anymore. Yeah, he didn't. I texted him at 7:46. I never got a response. What's signed by your name? The little wrench? I don't know what you're talking about. All I see is a round circle with a K and a YouTube sign. That's all I see by your name. It might be because you're a moderator. I'm not sure. Hi Jay, how you doing? Oh, is this Jay? It must be Recon, huh? The crown, it must be, I have no idea what the crown is. I guess you're the king today. Does Jay have one? Jay, I'm assuming, is Recon. You can confirm that, Jay. Okay, I thought it was. Okay, I've been just going nuts. I've been trying to do a live for weeks now, But this woodworking stuff has had me so busy and doing laser stuff and whatever. So here's a sample of one of the cars I make. I make many different ones. I draw them all freehand. Every car is different. I rarely make two of the same. Once in a while I might, if I like it enough, I'll trace it out onto a piece of wood and make another one. But the wheels roll real good. They go like crazy. Oh, there you go. Whoever donates. Yeah, I'm open for donations. I only need like $15 to get paid this year. And this is the reason why I got a laser engraver, because I knew I was going to do this woodworking and plus doing the laser stuff. But look at this. I guess you can't really read the name, but it does say Josiah Saperting's Trucking. This is for my grandson. But I can put it on there and do a laser engraving, so it's all part of the build. And I get like $25-30 for these trucks. I've even done some engraving on coasters for like the local football team. We don't mean your team either, Ken. Just for the high school, college Gators. But I've also engraved on like a chair I built, stuff like that. Okay, Jay. Recon, no problem. Like I told Ken, I will be surprised if anybody jumps on here anyway. I'll surprise you. You made it on. I figured you might be working. You like watching the Gators? And I also engraved. I can do like a disc for a box. Now my daughter Nancy, she works all these big concerts and stuff as a bartender. She drives all different states doing this. It's good money doing it. And she asked me about making some boxes with a slot in them where you can lock them for their tips. She may get me a whole crapload of orders from other people for them because it keeps people from stealing their money, for one thing. And I have a problem with that, people stealing tips. And so that would be great. I've sold a lot of wooden boxes, though. I think I've sold about 5 wooden boxes. All right, we'll catch you in a little bit, Recon. We'll be here until 10. Or we should be. If nobody shows up, we may shut down early. I don't know, but if it's just me and Ken, there's no point in staying on for an hour. I had to fix my table. I bumped the laser engraver here. It's all lit up there now. In fact, I wanted to test something here real quick. I'm going to minimize this and pull it up. You'll probably be able to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to see if I can do a test part for a laser. Now it's framing it. I can't see you right at the moment. I'm trying to fix a setting I have on here. Don't pay me no mind. I'm just goofing off while waiting for people to come in. It doesn't appear to do what it's supposed to be doing. Well, I think somebody gave me the wrong instructions. Isn't that strange? Not surprising. Let me see here. Well, I turned that thing on, but I don't know why it's not. Makes no sense. Oh, I didn't set the percentage for it. That's why. Let me try that now. Okay. There we go. Now it works. All right. All righty, got it fixed. Yeah, I can. I've built houses before. The group home we used to live in, you used to see that when I was there. My father and I built that house. That was actually a trailer right in the middle of that giant house, which eventually the trailer disappeared. But yeah, I've helped other people build houses too. I built the additions. Um, when I was a lot younger, I actually worked for myself for a while, and when up in New Hampshire, when there wasn't much work, I just started doing work myself, repairing things, doing plumbing, electrical, building. Um, I actually had a couple of guys working for me, but they were lazy as hell. And it was an all-girls school. I turned up north. They have cellars, and well, maybe they do where you live too. But I turned the whole cellar into. I built an office down there and one, two, three bedrooms, and then we added on a porch to the outside of the building. At the same time, I did some really, really fancy tables for a sewing factory, a woman owned, and she had about, I think it was half a dozen women that did sewing. Well, I had to make this special table, giant table, where they could fold what they were doing on, and it had inlets in it where they could sit and put the sewing machine in front of them, and it had to be all done in birch. And then I also made some giant shelves for a shoe store. They needed one that was really strong because shoes are really heavy, and that was down in the cellar too. And I built that. I think there was like three sections to those shelves. And I built a brand new countertop for a guy in a cabin, a real log cabin that was made out of cherry. The whole thing was made out of cherry. It came out beautiful. And then I did a huge bookcase cover one whole wall. But in the bookcase, I had to make it so it had a slide out desktop where he could write and whatever, and it would slide out from the shelves. So I've done quite a bit of different things like that. I just figure it out how to do it, and I do it. I've built uh, coffee tables, end tables out of cherry. Um, I built chairs. I just made a stool for my shop, just a regular stool. Whatever I want, I usually can make whatever I want normally. I was raised to believe that you can do anything you want if you want to bad enough. You just learn how to do it. You figure it out. Like my father, when he wanted a swimming pool, I dug a big hole. I dug it by hand, 15 feet by 10 feet wide by 5.5 feet deep, which is about, a pretty good sized standard swimming pool. And we put like concrete in the bottom of it, and then we from up there we built the walls basically out of a thin amount of concrete, and then we covered it with a more of a plaster like, and then we decided that we weren't going to leave it as a plastered pool because of of so often you have to fix them too often. So we put a big 2 by 10 on the top all the way around it, which we had to cut that to fit around it, and we had to do 2 layers of that because in between the two layers we put a vinyl um, pool. We put the vinyl inside, draped it in. We hooked up. We made a light for it so it would light up and all that stuff. We did the whole pool. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I had a transmission going in a car once, and I paid a guy to rebuild it, and it didn't work. So I ended up having to take the transmission myself. I bought a book, and I rebuilt my own transmission. It was not easy, but you had to pay attention to what you're doing. Have some micrometers and stuff like that, measurements for different shims and stuff. I figured out how to do it. I put it in the car, and it worked perfect. I've fixed motorcycles. I've rebuilt motorcycle engines, many of them. I've rebuilt. I used to work on lawnmowers, chainsaws. I was a master mechanic for Edmund Johnson when I was younger. I've always had the ability to fix whatever I wanted to fix, or do whatever I wanted to do. When I went in the Navy, I wanted to go in as an aviation machinist or an aviation mechanic, but they never gave it to me. They stuck me in deck force where I didn't want to be. I didn't want to spend my entire time in the Navy chipping paint off the ship and painting it gray again. So I moved over to supply, which required more brains. You'd be surprised at the things I've built, that I've done. I think when I was 10 years old, I made my first telegraph, and it worked. I made a telegraph. I My parents had a little patch of woods in the back of the house, about half an acre. I would sleep out there. I made my own like tree cabins back there, and wired DC lights with a light switch so I could have lights at night. Whatever. It's called ingenuity. You just gotta think about the problem that you've got and find a solution. That's the way I approach everything in life. You see a problem, you find a solution. Too many people just give up. They don't think about what they're doing. They don't find the solution. As you remember, when we first got the camper here 4 years ago, this month, it's been 4 years exactly. I used to have to take that big 28-gallon tank and we'd dump the sewer in that thing. Then I'd have to drag it over to Jennifer's house, which is probably about, 60 feet away where the septic was. And then I would have to dump it in her tank. And that thing was heavy as hell. And sometimes I'd have to do it 2 or 3 times a week. And when I was sick, I had a really hard time dealing with that. And finally, I found out that you could get what's called a mercenator, and Nancy actually helped me. We dug a trench from her septic system to my camper with a 1-inch PVC pipe, and I hooked up that mercenator, which would take the sewage from my camper with a flip of a switch and dump that thing within 2 minutes into her septic system over there, and I didn't have to do a thing anymore. That simple. I have no idea what my IQ is. I've taken some of them online tests before, but they never really give you the right answer, or they want you to buy something or whatever. I couldn't even guess. Maybe 130, 140, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not stupid, I know that much. Even if my wife says I am sometimes. I finally made a group on Facebook so I can text everybody at the same time. I just texted everybody and said, because I did a big group thing and sent the message that I was going live. I've been live for 30 minutes. No one's showing up. I put a bunch of crying icons in there. Maybe they'll all feel bad. Maybe somebody will show up. So since nobody's here, I'll show you a few of the other things I've built. So this is a rattle I built. Believe me, was a pain in the butt. I don't know if you can see it or not. Damn lights ain't worth a damn. Let me see if turning on this one up here will make a difference. Can't see it very well. It looks a little yellow for some reason. It's not. It's wood. It's made out of walnut, so it's darker brown. But it's engraved. I made that for my granddaughter for her birthday. I should have just taken and uploaded them pictures onto my computer. That don't help. Let's try that. There we go. There we go. There we go. So I did that, and then I engraved it with her name, Helen. This thing should be, I should be able to make it so you can read this stuff. I'm not sure why it's not. I need to find out why. I think there's something here that switches it. I'll mirror the image. I bet that's why. Let me see if that makes a difference. There it is, see? Then now you can read it. Helen. And then on the other side, she calls me Poppy. She's the only one that calls me Poppy. And I put Love Poppy on it. She's only a year old. Her birthday is tomorrow, actually. And here's the other clock I made. Let me see if I turn this back off now. See if that'll help. That's already been sold. I sold that for $100 right after I finished it. I haven't seen anybody else show up yet. I guess I didn't make them feel bad enough, I guess. Yes, she's my great granddaughter, Helen. Nancy's daughter's little girl Kylie, it's her baby. And this little dog right here, I think I sold one of these yesterday. I've sold quite a few like that. And there's a cat that I made that's been sold already. I don't like cats. Now you might be able to see this truck better now. Now that I got it, so I can read it. And Jenny had a lot of bamboo out back, so I decided to make some chimes out of her bamboo. Hey, Water Rabbit King, how you doing? Have you been here before? We're talking about doing some woodworking now. I do woodworking. That's part of art, woodworking and laser engraving and stuff like that. You remember the old model 1937 Model T bucket? Probably don't. Probably can't see that very well. I made one of those for a kid. Wait a minute, there's a better one. Oh, that must be Dylan. Great, I'm down to one can. Hey, Wesley. Glad you made it. Dylan, how you doing? Old hot rod, yeah. There's a truck that I just finished. The back is all made out of cedar. And another truck that I just made. So you can incorporate art with your laser engraving and everything else. Lost track of time, huh? Hello, Jennifer. And here's your favorite gators, Ken. There's your coffee coasters I made with the engraver. Set of four. It's a dog I made for Michaela. I got a woman that wants me to do a pit bull, but I have not been able to find a good picture of a side view of a pit bull anywhere that was I could draw it. He's getting food at the DFAC. Ah, I see. Well, Nina was going to make dinner, but she fell asleep. So I ended up having a bowl of cereal. Here's a planter I made for Nana. How you doing, Wesley? Are you up to E4 yet? The galley, ooh. You're back in Korea, huh? Wow. Did you rank up to E4 yet? Or E3 still, or what? When are you coming home from Korea? Yeah, I can tell you right now, Don, Navy food is much better than Army food, by far. Oh, thank you for the sticker, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, if y'all want to do any stickers, I'd appreciate them. I'm only about $15 short of getting paid this year. And Ken, see, you can even do good signs like this if you can read it. And I even added color to that one. But I try to do ones that are kind of funny, stuff like that. I think Dylan may have seen most of them. Or maybe he has, well, maybe he didn't see the signs. I'm not sure. But Dylan was here recently, so he saw some of the stuff I did. I was taking inventory on stuff I need to remake again, and I realized I was forgetting a lot of the stuff that I had sold. I forgot that I sold it. You didn't answer me, Wesley. Are you an E4 now? Yeah, Army food is worse, believe me. We finally got 5 people in here now, Ken. It was just Ken and I for the first half an hour or more. I guess he doesn't hear me. Dylan, did your vacation seem kind of short, did it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I missed that. For some reason, my thing wasn't moving down. Oh, you're gonna pick up E5. Okay, great. E5. So you're already a sergeant then. Yeah, I see it finally. Like I just said, I it wasn't scrolling down. So E5, you could be a staff sergeant then, huh? I don't like the fact that StreamYard doesn't let me put the background I want on up here anymore. Oh, E5 is a sergeant now? I thought E4 was a sergeant before. Oh, that's right, E4 is same as a corporal. That's right, I forgot. They seem to have expanded some of the ranks. E5, E4 for the Navy is third class petty officer. E5 is a second class. Ah, I see. I didn't know there was a point system that they went by now. Things have changed so much. When your great great grandfather went in the Navy, he was a machinist for the railroad. They automatically made him a first class petty officer, E6, automatically. Yeah, that's quite a jump to go up. Well, good. Glad to hear that, Dylan. Dylan's moving up pretty quickly for what time he's been in. Already, Ken. I'm not sure what the star beside everybody's name does anymore. I just put I clicked the star beside Wesley's name, but I don't see it doing anything. No idea. It shows Ken as a moderator. Or yeah, you guys all should have moderator. I don't know why you don't. It makes no. They've changed this program so much that it's not funny. Oh, it made a comment. Okay, I see how it works. You star them and you can see their comment. Welcome back, Ken. See, I can show what their comments are. That's what it does. That's pretty neat, but it requires two steps to do it. I don't know why, but it does. Whoa, thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. Love you too, buddy. Yeah, Christina just texted me and said that she couldn't get on. Said she was sorry because the kiddos were in bed. All right, thanks for stopping by anyway, Wesley. Y'all got any idea when you're coming back down again? So we can see that little girl? I know Trinity's going to be here between the 17th and the 19th. Yeah, Dylan, that shellac you bought me came in real handy, but down to one can now. I've done so much stuff lately. I'll just have to get some more when I can. Did you have fun at your father's house there, Dylan? What'd y'all do over there? Jennifer, can you tell if you have moderator or not? Number three? I didn't know they had a number, but okay. Because Wesley should have it too, but I don't know why he don't. He should have moderator. I don't understand why he don't. Huh. Oh, that's how that works. That's a new feature they got. You can put additional comments on the board. Who banned Dylan? Ah! Somebody banned Dylan for some damn reason. Somebody somehow banned Dylan. I can't seem to unban him. Can anybody unban Dylan? Damn it, I did not ban him. I don't know how the hell I did that. There. He's not now. He came out evidently. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, Dylan. You there, Dylan? Dylan, are you there? Uh, Text him and tell him I didn't ban him on purpose. I don't know why. I see his name now, so he must be back. Yeah, I see him there. There he is. Well, I guess he must think I banned him or something because he's not on here. I don't think. I think he left. Tell him he should be able to log back on. He's not. Tell him it was an accident. They got new features on here, and for some reason it did it. I don't know why. I must hit the wrong button. No more money, huh? He said nope. He won't come back on. Dadgummit. Let me see if I can pull up YouTube and see if I can find out how to get rid of that problem. It has nothing to do with YouTube. It has something to do with this damn stream. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, Jennifer. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. No, it says no guests are banned. I just checked the ban list. There's no guests that are banned. He's not banned. He should be able to get on. I just checked. There's a ban list. There's nothing. There's nobody in the ban list. Because I can still see his name again now. His name came back. That means he's not banned. I'm not sure why it's not letting him, but he's not banned. There he is. Welcome back, Dylan. I don't know what happened, Dylan. I was trying to see um, if you had the ops on here, and for some reason, it went to the band thing. I don't know why, but it did. When you right click on it on somebody's name, it does give the option to delete comment, put user in timeout, or ban and delete the comments. I didn't push that. I don't know how the hell it did it. This is an update of some kind. They did this update and it screwed up the damn thing, I guess. I guess I gotta let StreamYard know that it's not functioning properly. Well, you should have moderator yourself already. You see, your name is green with the S because you're a member. Members are green, and other people that are not members are in blue. Yeah, I got big fingers. I know that. No, the star is so you can click on. If I click it, you can put somebody's comments up. Everybody has a star. Yeah, it shows your moderator number two. So you do have it. See, if I click the star and I hit show, see it, look over there on the screen here. It says that is what the star is for. Then I do hide and it goes away. That's what that star is for. It'll let me see your comments over there on the screen. Everybody can read them then, all the time. So what'd y'all have for dinner up there, Dylan? In the Navy. Anything good? I had to reset my clock. Are you going on base for dinner? Is the food better on the base than on the ship? I remember boot camp. Um, the cafeteria wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the greatest in Orlando. Yeah, that's pretty gross. I wouldn't eat chicken at all then. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But the galley, it all depends on the cooks too. Don't forget. I mean, the ship I was on, we had some pretty decent cooks. They were pretty good. In fact, when we would moor at night, when we stopped at night out in the middle of the ocean, some of us guys would go out and do some fishing. We could get fishing poles. They had them on the ship. And if we caught some fish that was any good, they would actually cook them for us. Huh. Eat the chicken? Nah, raw chicken. It's not good for you at all. Hi, Kirsten. Yeah, you're way late. It's about time to end the stream. Pretty close to it. I think I'd rather eat nothing than raw chicken. Yuck. Oh, he's here somewhere. He might have went to the bathroom or something. For an hour? I started at 9. Before 9, I actually started at about 8:30. I started early because it's been so long since I did a live, and there's so many different updates on StreamYard that I had to get on early to check it out. An hour, my God! This this can. I'll be right back. I was hoping that Trinity would be on so that we could catch up a little bit and find out how things are going as far as their plants for coming down here goes. You're gonna get in trouble, Ken. You don't answer them women real fast. You know how they are, you know. No telling what'll happen. Everybody, don't forget to hit the like button. I bet. Ken, you gotta snap in and get on the job, buddy. You're supposed to remind people of hitting that like button. You're supposed to do that all the time. That's your job. Start becoming the exorcist. Yeah, that could happen. Well, good. Everybody else hit that like button. See, Ken, you're too late because you probably Weston didn't do Wesley didn't do it, and whoever else was on Recon probably didn't do it. I thought he was coming back, but I guess he's not. Of course, it's after 10 now, so he probably gave up on it. Good. Hit that like button. I'd like to see some new faces in here, dang it. Well, good girl, Kirsten. Okay, hit that like button. YouTube's got to stop changing things all around everywhere. They're driving me nuts. It's not even showing my newest video online here for some reason. I don't know why. Whew, I've done a lot of lives. I'm just checking the list here. There's hundreds of them. Of course, in the beginning, I used to do them every night. Because I'm not using my phone. I did do a vertical live once on the phone when I was in the house, I think. No, I did it on my laptop, I guess. I thought I did it on my phone. I did do it on my phone. So I brought you guys out to the workshop, remember? Yep, it's not showing the newest live. Weird. Nope, it's not showing the newest one yet. That's just weird. There's no need to do a vertical live unless I'm just using the phone. Ken asked me about videoing, doing some woodworking, but it's a bit difficult to do that because you're going from one tool to another and you really need somebody to actually use the camera for you. You can't move your camera around while you're cutting and stuff like that. It's too dangerous. Ken, I couldn't get more people in here if I paid them. I've come to that conclusion. It's been over. It's been like over 5 years, 5, 6 years of doing this channel. We should be having 100 people in here at least every time I do a live. Well, the problem is I've got to find a program. I've looked on Play Store or Playlist or whatever, Play Store, trying to find an application that I could actually record and pause it so that I can move the camera or make the thing move and then resume it by hitting the pause button again. I have not found an application for my phone, which is an Android, that will allow me to do that when I'm doing a video. You spelled tripod right the first time. Oh, yeah, you did. I've got tripods. Why? I don't think the vertical is going to make any difference, Ken. I would do a vertical if I could use my phone to do like woodworking stuff. Like I said, I got to have an application. I have not found an app yet that I can pause and then keep recording. I don't want to keep recording the whole time because it takes too long to do one of these woodworking projects. I wanted to really do parts of it, then hit that pause button again or whatever when I want to stop, and then continue when I want to keep going and save it on the same video. And then I can upload it right from the phone. Or I can download it into my computer and then I can edit it and cut out certain spots. I could do that anyway, but it would take an ungodly amount of space on my phone to do a video that might end up being hours long. I don't believe it'll help the channel. I don't see how. Doing vertical or horizontal makes no difference. Most people prefer horizontal, actually, over The vertical is normally used for shorts. Now shorts you can do a 2 or 3 minute short now. It used to be a minute, but now I think it's up to 3 minutes now you can use. Hey Sierra, how you doing, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm surprised you looked this because we're usually gone by now by 10 o'clock. But good to see you here. Dylan is that water rabbit king, just so you know. Yep, I definitely love you, sweetheart. Acacia's getting big. Looks just like her mama. And Kirsten's here too somewhere. It's showing we got 7 people on right now. Oh, you do? For Twitch and YouTube, huh? I know a guy that tried to get me to go on Twitch, and I didn't like Twitch. You're smoking with me? I didn't know you smoked. I thought you just vaped. I told her who you were already, Dylan. I'm so curious. I'm curious. I gotta leave this thing on for an hour or two one day and just walk away and see if people come in. Oh, okay. All right, I got a good idea what you're smoking now then. When I was younger, they used to call it wacky weed. I was hoping Trinity would come on. I was saying that earlier, so we'd know what her plans were if she figured them out, exactly what day she was coming and whatnot. Well, been doing a lot of woodworking lately, as I'm sure I've sent you pictures of lots of stuff. Everybody else has seen it, but this is what I did for Josiah. This is the truck I made him. I'll do it slow. Hopefully you can see it and you're paying attention. Uh-huh. So I made that for Josiah. That's a surprise for him when he gets here. Thank you, Dylan. I sent you a picture of the clock I did, didn't I, Dylan? The newest clock I just did? That come out beautiful, that clock. Yeah, I figured that's what she was doing, sleeping because of work. Yeah, this is called a three wood clock. They're rare. The middle is made out of cherry, the outside made out of walnut, and the bottom is made out of cedar. All right, have a good night there, Ken. Thanks for coming, buddy. And it's really, really heavy. The cherry in the middle is like an inch and a half thick, inch thick, something like that. It's pretty heavy. Price tag on that's gonna be $100. Thank you, Sierra. Yeah, it's a gorgeous clock. I love it. It's a real pretty one. $100. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Cherry, walnut, and cedar are all expensive wood now. A board of walnut and cherry now goes for about $5 a foot. And that's for a small board. And so you have to cut it, you have to put a couple pieces together just to do the face. But that thickness is also thicker. That's pretty cheap. Don't forget I had to buy the motor, the clock motor, the hands. I had to laser engrave the face of it, and the amount of work it took. It took all day to make that one clock. I mean, would you work for all day for less than that? If you plus the materials. There's at least $25 of material there, at least. No, I'm not going to double it. I'll be happy to get $100. You send me 250, you can have it. All right, see you later, Jennifer. Around here, people won't pay that much. Ariana, hi, sweetie, how you doing? Glad to see you. Everybody's coming on after I normally have shut off at 10 o'clock, but everybody's coming on late. Where are you going to school? Pensacola? I'm getting older, Ariana. I just had a birthday, so now I'm getting really old. Yep. And it's strange because I used to do. I'm sure Sierra remembers because when I first started, Sierra was at the house. I used to do the lives late at night, at like 10:30, and now I do them at 9. I don't really mind doing them later at night. I just did them earlier because like people like Recon couldn't make it, and his hours got all changed, and other people thought it'd be better because they work, so they'd rather have it earlier because they gotta go to work the next day. You've been driving all day. Sierra, you guys all get the night owl from your grandfather because I'm a night owl. Where you been driving to, Ariana? I'm just being nosy. If you're driving all day, it must have been a long ways. Oh, you know, I'm not sure if I can afford it or not, but I was thinking about taking Nana to Texas Roadhouse for our anniversary, which is the 19th. But I doubt we'll have the money anyway to be able to afford the Texas Roadhouse. But it's a thought. I was going to let you know if we did go to find out if you're working that day. One of your best friends had a baby shower in Largo. Ah, well, you probably already know Callie's having well, no, it's Helen's birthday at Auto Springs tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I don't think you even have to pay to get in because they overpaid for the cabin. They rented one of the cabins there, and the overpayment is going toward. Um, Holy crap, Dylan! My God! Wow! Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll tell Nanny you did it. Thank you so much. Okay, a discount would even be great. Yeah, please let me know in advance if you can if you're working that day, and we will definitely probably I'll bring her for our anniversary. And whether you pay or not, whatever, it's up to you, you know, or discount. Even a discount's good. But Dylan just gave us $50, so with the discount, $50, I'd buy a hamburger and a Coke or something. All right, see you later, Dylan. Take care, buddy. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, buddy. Okay, good night, Sierra. See you later. Take care, sweetie. All right, do they have beef tips at Texas Roadhouse? I think they used to, but I don't know if they do or not. Yep. Peace, Dylan. Have a good night, buddy. Okay, great, guys. That's one. How much are they? You got any idea? Because that's one of my favorites is beef tips. Most places do it in a burgundy sauce. If they don't, I'll teach them how to make it. And of course, Nancy, Nana likes just plain steak. She just likes a nice steak. Steak, sweet potato, and broccoli or something like that, or I don't know. 15. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. We'll keep it in mind. Let me know if you find out if you're gonna be working that day. I mean, we can be a little bit flexible. We might even could do it even before our anniversary, even. If you know, yeah, let me know as soon as you can, and we'll see if we can. I can get her out of the house. She needs to get out. Nana's just been. She's like a hermit now. It's hard to get her out of the house. But Texas Roadhouse is a place that she really does like to eat. So, although she likes the Golden Corral a lot too. So, which I like the Golden Corral myself too. But it'll be up to her. Will they let you wait on us because you're related to us or not? Okay, I just wanted to check and see. That way, if you know we're coming, you can watch for us, and we can tell the hostess or whatever that we want to request you as our waitress. But I'll see what she wants to do. If we don't have, we'll see what we got for money. Even though Dylan gave us some, he doesn't. He forgets that YouTube takes about half of that, so he doesn't leave a lot, or at least half of it. But I can put some with it. I'll just save some aside. I guess it's just you and I here now. I only see there's two people on. I guess everybody else left. We got deserted. We don't normally do any appetizers normally. We just don't. In fact, we usually just get like sweet tea or something and with no lemon, and we just wait for whatever the dinner is. We've never been much for all the real fancy stuff as far as appetizers and all that. We like to save room for the whole. We want to eat everything for dinner. We want the dinner to be gone when we're done. We don't throw stuff away. We just eat it all. Even when I get a baked potato, I even eat the peeling. But baked potato peelings used to be one of my favorites when I was a kid. I used to love baked potato peelings with butter and salt and pepper. I used to love them. Regina and Pam used to hate them, so I used to take theirs too, and I'd eat them too. Well, be sure and text me if you can figure out, if you find out what your schedule is going to be. It's not too far off, so hopefully you'll know fairly soon. Hopefully I'll do another live in a week or two. I'm not sure when, but I try to let a notice out. I did a group thing on Facebook. I'm sure you got that. So Nancy suggested I do that because I used to do them one by one. So I got a group thing going now so I can remind everybody. And I'll try to remind everybody earlier in the day, and then before the live I'll do it again. So we'll talk to you later. Take care, Ariana. We love you. And we miss you. Hopefully you'll come see us sometime. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Good night.